Hi everyone. I'm doing a little, well, it won't be a little video, but it'll be quite a long video. I was talking to a friend today. We've been doing, she did the Ouija board many years ago, but she said you have to use a class and you have to say Ouija board, Ouija board, Ouija board 3 times, and then she said it went up in the air, but it hasn't happened yet here, but tonight's young yet, isn't it? So I am going to well, I think some things have been happening, like footsteps, and like the other night I heard something thrown at the door, and we're going to call up there's somebody living in our house. That might be a shock to you, apart from this too. There's someone in the house in here. But I think it's the ghost that can come back. But anyone knows the story about that, and he's brought a friend as well. He seems to be stepping on certain things like the angel and stuff. So I'm going to say I'm going to do every time I do a card, but it might take a while, but we shall see. Anyway, so I'm going to say, if, like you know the drill, if I'm drawn to a card, I don't have to do the hand, but I was drawn to that one. So if it's red for yes, isn't it? Maybe low and high, no. So we'll try this again. So I'm going to say, the ghost hacker, are you living in a house with so-so? And I'm going to do 3. It's 3 of spades, so it might be maybe. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to do my cards. I'm going to do my reading. This is a ghost hacker's reading and so-so friend. But I'm also going to bring in somebody else in the equation, but that might be a bit jolly. So I might just jog his memory. So right, the King of Cups, and it's upside down. So in his previous life, he was quite a nice man, but when he got a bit more evil, he decided not to do what he was supposed to do. So he's very creative, is the ghost hacker, so he's probably thinking, not seen him for a year, but it's like, but I think he's living in our home because things have started to move about. I'm going to put that up there. So I'm going to say, well, I'd like to ask him if he's got another friend. I'd like to know if he's still around. Are you still around and watching me? So I'm going to go to that one. Tell you. It's a King of Hearts, and it's a yes. I like it. It's a white one, so he's still about. He's still around, so hopefully he's not. When he said the last video, he said I had to destroy him, but I didn't because he destroyed himself. But we had a few ups and downs with the flow, and as you know, we had a few seeming issues. That was fun. And anyway, so we'll do another reading for him. Okay. Okay, the 9 of Swords is in despair at the minute, so whoever it is like, or she, could have been a she, couldn't it? We don't know. But he's in despair. Well, it could be me because I've not been very bright lately. Then that could be anybody, no. So, could you tell me if his friend says that, if you go to Ghost Hacker channel and he's called I Am the Ghost Hacker, he's got a friend called So. We went out bonfire night like the year before, and we saw this kind of monk thing. It was just a one-off, I think. And he sent me, and he said it was him. So I'm going to go for that one. And it's quite high again, and he's stood around. That's Ace of Diamonds. Is usually a pretty good card to have, yeah. And then, so going to read a card for So. Let's check him out. Nine of Pentacles. That is a pretty good card to have. Something is happening with money. So things are changing with money. I did say a year ago that this would happen. Money is changing this year for a lot of people, and hopefully it will change for us too. And he had when he was around, when the So one on the Ghost Hackers channel, you go and check it out. And I think he had an issue with money, but now this card come up, and these cards, they're pretty cool cards to have in a pack. So if I was like doing a reading for you here, I think many issues would actually come with a lot. So I like to know. I like to know if the Ghost Hacker is he watching me? He hasn't finished the game, so I'm aiming at that one. It's a king. No, he's not watching, but you never know. So I'm going to do one more reading. I'm not going to do any more reading for the Ghost Hacker, because that's a pretty good one. I'm going to ask the cards, Ghost Hacker, does he know the known? So I'll go for that one. Yes, he knows the known. It'd be interesting to coordinate up on the right. The Ghost Hacker sent me videos. Be interesting if she will pop up. Anyway, right, there's a question on it. Who throwed like the stone at the door? We've got a new door for the bathroom, by the way. The Queen's close, they don't know. So could you tell me, is there anybody else in the equation apart from the Ghost Hacker and So? Now the channel's late for them. He stopped doing it. So to me, he was someone important, because their posh voice came out. So let me have a look. There's somebody else in the equation of the storyline. Okay. So I'd like to ask, where does everybody live with these people? Do they live in the United Kingdom? Just put it out there. But one of them said apartment. So that's the American saying, isn't it? The apartment. We say flat, so he said apartment. He said, you've been living here, you've got a cloak somewhere. but I found two angels and that, so nope, there's no one else, so that's saying no. But if it was below that, it would have been quite low. It could have been maybe. So they're not living in the UK. Okay. Are you living in America? So, right, let's see. Well, that is pretty medium 8 heart. So that could be yes. Okay. Are you living in? I'm gonna say I'm gonna pick a few places around in the UK because you don't know, do you? I'd like to know if you're living in London. Ooh, that's quite high, isn't it? 10, yeah. So, London, I am putting it down to for some of them, because if one of them said apartment, so I think that's America, but the rest sounded like the English speaking, like quite posh voice, do you know what I mean? Well, I always thought it was a politician, but I don't know what happened to him. Yeah, he's, I said my thing, he was a politician, but he was a strong politician. I can smell smoke. So that's low. So I didn't know what I was thinking there. So that's pretty good cards to have. So there's quite a few mixture of the cards, like yes or no. So that's for the ghost hacker and his friends, and a new friend that he's thinking of. And right, I'm gonna do okay, I'm gonna do a reading, a 3-card reading for Sozo himself. See what's going on with his life now. And I'll see what happened here. These are my witches ones, as you know, and let's see. I'm gonna pick. This is a reading for Zozo on my channel. Is didn't do much. Really didn't do much. It's gone a bit chilly. I know it's a bit chilly here tonight. Let me do that. There's 3 of Swords. The 3 of Swords is like mental, he's got mental anxious. So that's 3 of Swords. It can be, 1 minute it can be kind of moody, next minute it can be alright, next minute it could be predictable. So that's a card to watch for the pack. That's interesting. The Knight of Cups. This is a good card to have. The young man comes and goes quick as a flash, and so I reckon he is quite young in his thinking, way of thinking, and he was coming with a torch to me, or this person's coming into our lives. Who knows? But I never had that card before. No, that's interesting. 2 of Pentacles again. A woman on top of the chimney looks like it, and she's looking into a crystal ball and a cat. And 2 of Pentacles. She looks a bit, I don't know. They looked a bit pregnant to me, or someone around us pregnant. It's like a battle going on with Minnie, but it's like doing a lot of readings for Minnie. Yeah, a lot of cards will come up with Minnie. Anyway, talking about the Ouija board, I did that twice that weekend. I might do that Sunday night because my friend said it's to do the glass and you're supposed to do it 3 times. And then it's supposed to whiz off or something. We'll find out, won't we? Anyway, I just want to say thank you for popping by. And I wish you a good night and keep warm.
That sounds good, that did.